What up, though? What up, though? Ledge here, chill with me. Hello, everybody that's tuned in. Sorry for the delay. That was my bad. First of all, I want to say shout out to all of you, all the subscribers who've been liking and subscribing and sharing my content. Appreciate it. I want to let you know this interview here is being sponsored by 420 Brand Clothing. Shop at 420brandclothing.com. You get 10% off if you use the promo code LEDGE, which is me. That's my name. Use it in all caps. You get 10% off. Cool gear for ladies and the men. Shout out to my guy Joey that's in Philly. And shout out to Victoria, always sending me the free merch. I appreciate that. All right, interview time. Have a very special guest on the West Coast. Have an event coming up for MCs by MCs. It's a wrap. It's going down this weekend, December 7th. All right, and she is Kelz representing the West Coast. You can follow her on Twitter at K_SAS23. It's on Twitter and her IG as well. Thank you for joining me.
Hey, what's good?
Hey. Yeah, you're on. You're definitely on. Um,
I know, I'm on. We're out here.
yeah. So I just want to real quick for a rundown for those who are listening who might not be familiar with you and what you do. Let everybody know what your role is and what do you do as far as battle rap in this culture is concerned. What's your role here?
So for battle rap, I run a league with my best friend Heretic, and he's also my business partner for 4MCs by MCs, and we just kicked off King of the Dot Northwest back in August. So we have that event behind us, and then this one is coming up December 7th, which is Saturday.
Nice. And I believe it's also that's your birthday as well.
Yeah, it's also our birthday month. So my birthday is in December, as is his, and so we kind of do this every year. So it's been like five years at least that I can count that we're doing this. So it's the first year that we're bringing back the toy drive where we just like collect toys for the kids and all that. So
Oh wow, that's dope.
yeah, yeah, no, it was yeah, no, it's good. That's how I started in this stuff. Like I started in hip hop shows and doing like fundraisers and benefits for people who needed help, whether it was like a death in a family or like a procedure they needed, like cancer and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of led me to battle rap. So
Damn,
here I
you're like the Mother Teresa of battle rap. That shit cool. Like that shit
am.
dope. Like I
Hip
like it.
hop. If we're being real, I started out in hip hop, like music shows and all that kind of stuff. So that's how I started into this, and then I walked in like I used to follow battle rap all the time, like Locksmith. I'm a super fan of like Locksmith for whatever he was doing. I was following. So
Nice.
as soon as he battled, yeah, as soon as he battled his actor, I was like, oh shit, I need to know what's going on right here.
Yeah.
So I've been liking him too from the days way back. So
Nice. That's so weird because I did a poll with Locksmith name in it involved in it. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Locksmith, man. He definitely put on for the West
oh no,
early.
for real. Like I even like personally know him now from like meeting him, and he came and did a show in our city, and uh, I was all front row and stuff, and I was all I'm super awkward, which is fine, but I was trying to leave the show, and my one of my friends, Afrock, who performed that night, was like, "No, you need to meet this. This is your favorite rapper. Like, why not?" And it was yeah. After that, I was like, "Yep, I know what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing going forward." And then he came back into town, and he did a show with us in the same place, and he judged one of the battles that we had there, and it just all fell into place, and I just went home from that moment on, and here I am.
Nice. So like with your league, right? It's based in Washington. Am I correct?
Yes, in Washington State and Olympia, Washington, it's 4MCs, IMCs. I mean, it's a real local, like
Mm-hmm.
city type feel. We bring a lot of fans, new faces. It's probably one of the best things and choices I've made in my life. As soon as like all this came forward, like everything started to work out.
Yeah.
And doing the work, yeah, and doing the work with 4MCs by MCs brought me to, like Copacetic, which shout out to Copacetic. he works for King of the Dot, and he showed up for one of our shows and rap, and me and him sat down for a few minutes. We were like, let's do this. It was already something that we were trying to do in here. So like, and then the King of the Dot Northwest, division came to light August 24th. So
Nice. So what do you look for? Like what are type of qualities do you guys look for when you're searching for people to come on your platform and get talent and develop and groom new talent? Or some of the first immediate qualities, whether skill wise or just as far as about being a professional?
And that's absolute. I'm about less of a headache. Like if somebody's buzzing and talking about you, and we're communicating and networking on all platforms and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, hey, let's check this out. So I will, I go as far as like checking out the battles
Mm-hmm.
to even showing up to events. Like I know a lot about the Bay Area for like Patron, which is one of the top guys in our league on 4MCs by
Shout out
MCs.
there. I seen him
You
in the
know,
battle versus. I think did he battle Young Cannon recently? I seen that somewhere.
yes, that's our King of the Dot. That's our debut, the King of the Dot
Nice.
Northwest
Okay. I'm
event.
familiar a little. All
Yes,
right. Let's go.
yeah, no, he's one of those guys that we're just like, he's talented and he's rose, above a lot of, people saying like, oh, he did this and he lost to this person and all that, but he has just evolved to be one of like the best in the Northwest. And there's so many of them, like people kind of sleep on sometimes, like, well, Stewie Newland's from the Northwest too,
Oh, that's a
and then Jay the
facts.
Nightwing.
And Jay, yeah.
Yeah, Jay the Nightwing. Jay the Nightwing's actually the main event of our event on Saturday versus one of our like seriously like from the soil like he's
Yeah,
building his
MT
way up,
Money. Yeah, oh yeah, we definitely gonna get into
Yes,
that
and
card.
here,
We definitely gonna get in that card.
right, yeah. So
Let's talk about it right now. It's a wrap. It's going down. It's December 7th. Yeah, that's the main event. Now I seen MT Money. It's again. I've seen him. I think I want to say I seen him twice. I know I seen him versus Hypnosis. I know I seen him because I seen and I heard Hypnosis laying shots, laying claims like, "Yo, you're gonna recycle these Samoan bars that you've been having for Jay the Nightwing," and then lo and behold, he's battling Jay the Nightwing. So it sound like is there
right,
any
right.
history with there? Is there any history with this battle?
Well, I think it's more of a like, MT Money started from, the absolute roots in the Northwest. People like, when he started, they were like, who the fuck is this guy? He keeps losing, this and that. And I'm like, man, my native is fire. Like, my native is fire. So let's just, I've been a fan of his for so long. I've been a fan of Hypnosis before I even met him. And as far as, like, the Patron thing goes, like, that's kind of was like, oh, my God, I've seen him battle in 4MC's Biases, and I've kind of been there since, before all that. But MT Money is someone who has really, he don't ever like put up a fight. He's like down to kill. He's down to do whatever, and he's worked and earned his way up to where he's at.
Yeah.
So, and it only made sense. Like Hypnosis is a well-known name. It's got an organic following, fan base. One of the first battles I seen him was Stewie Newton. So that fits, in my head. I'm just like, oh my God, like, what the hell is going on here, So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no.
No, I was just saying, I think this battle is going to really do good. It's good profile builder for those who aren't familiar with MT Money as much as they are with Jay, because I'm sure Jay would be the bigger draw to those who are just going as a casual fan. Now,
Right.
MT Money, I also seen it was Young Grizz. That's who I seen him battle. That was the other person.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And not only that, but there's like a history of this tournament that we do at 4MCs by MCs, which is the pin tourney. So Jay was the first winner of our very first pin tourney, and then 2 and 3 happened, and then I think it was pin 4, and MT Money won it all, and it's just been this bickering back and forth, like who is the king of this tournament in this league, because right now it's MT Money representing it, and just kind of held on to this Jay battle for a long time because you saw him take off on URL and all that kind of shit. So
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I want this battle. It was booked, and then he just took off, and sometimes you just gotta let stuff happen. So he's representing for this whole part of the fucking battle rap world over here. So
Nice.
we had a book before, and then I just fought for this like next booking. I was like, nope, we need this. Like everybody wants this at home, like people want to see this. So
Hmm. Now I want to ask you something before we get more into this card. Just the battle rap scene in Washington as a whole. Would you say, because you know certain areas? I come from Detroit, right? So in Detroit, sometimes it can be a little territorial. Like it's not always unified. I know some cities say they're no, we're a close knit family. How is it in Washington? Is it divisive? Like maybe it's the East Side or is it the West Side where they do their own thing, or is it more of a unified? Just union partnership to get Washington battle rap as a whole put on the map. Like what's the feeling with you when it comes to that?
out out here is great. Like it doesn't matter what league there is.
Hmm.
It's like shout out to Sky Tier Northwest. Shout out to Alliance Battle League. This is the motherland of Northwest Battle Rap. So that comes for MCs by MCs, but you see all these league owners and people who rap on there, and we just support each other. Like the Northwest scene is so much bigger than what people see
Hmm.
or what people like they don't really group us in with the West, but they do, like because you have the front runners, like the people that everyone's always talking about. But the Northwest always sticks together regardless. Like I'll be showing up to everybody shows up to everyone's events, and that's what's great about the Northwest is they know that it's always someone that we are, behind and someone that we're pushing forward. And it's just a really good like homie scene out here. Anyone I've ever brought out here or that we have brought out here and booked has had a great time, wants to come back, and they're like, the Northwest is where it's at. We got a
Yeah.
lot of classics out here.
And I believe if my geography serves me correct, that's a 420 friendly area, right? Y'all good?
Absolutely,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
420 brand clothing. Y'all
Anyone
might
that
have to
comes out
sponsor
here
an
knows
event over
that
there. Just saying.
yeah, no, like anyone that comes out here, has a good time. I've never heard nothing ill about anything that comes out here, whether it's the 3 or 4 leagues that are out this way. It's always been
Oh,
a good
you're
time.
cutting you're cutting in and out. I don't know what's going on with your phone right now.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, 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 yeah. You got your volume
Oh,
up.
okay.
All
Yeah.
right, yeah. No, you good, you good. All right, bet, yeah. So yeah, you saying it's a great environment.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone that's ever come out here has always been like, "Hey, let's have me back," And
Nice.
that's from anyone. We've had so many like great people out here. We've had like Chillage, Marv One, JC, Charlie Clips. We've had a lot of real deal. Like we've had a
Nice.
lot of great people out here. Most recently, you've seen Young Cannon was out here,
Yeah.
and I love my boy Danny Myers, but Stewie, they had Stewie
Oh
versus
yeah, I
Danny
heard about
Myers,
that.
and you heard about it, you didn't watch it?
I was too embarrassed to watch. I was yeah. I seen bits and pieces of that 30 ball. I don't need to see the whole thing. I got love
Right,
for
right,
Danny.
right,
It was gruesome, but shout out to
right, right.
Stewie. No, I'm joking. Of course, I seen it on the app, but I'm not running back that battle. Shout out to Stewie though. He cooked. He cooked. He cooked. He definitely cooked.
Right, and Stewie and everything that's behind that battle. He came with an amazing performance, writing, and like fucking shit happens. At least it still dropped because they needed to see, the next level of, the top hitter of Washington State.
Yeah. I really like what's going on over there. Shout out to, I don't know if you guys have worked with him yet, but I always see him on Twitter, and I just remember he's from Washington. I think his rap name is like double RSO or double O or something like that. I don't know. He's on Twitter. I'll tag you to him. He got a clip. He's in Washington. Dirtbag Dan was there. They was like rapping outside, like in somebody's front yard or something. It was crazy, but I was like, yo, it's pretty tight. So shout out to him. I know he's listening. Um, Back to this card though, because I really want to talk about a few guys that kind of stood out to me on this card. MC Dammit.
Uh-huh. Oh my goodness.
I like him. I
Yeah.
like him.
Favorite area, MC Gannett versus Heretic.
Yeah,
Which
Heretic is.
Heretic is
I seen his battle. I
yeah,
seen the
Heretic.
battle where Chilla Jones hosted with him versus somebody. MC Skits or something like that.
Yeah, no, that was our yeah, what was that? That was our birthday card last year in December,
Nice.
I
Okay.
believe. Yeah, no, Chilla Jones or wait, no, actually it was the birthday card for our boy Wheels. So Chilla, he was a champ at the time and he was like, man, I want to come out here and I want to, like support you guys and all this kind of stuff. I don't know if you know Wheels. Michael Duplessis is the boy. Like he was the little brother of hip hop and all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, Chilla came out here, you know, not even on no like, hey, business stuff. He's like, I just want to be out there, you know. So
That's dope.
that
That's
was
dope.
that was yeah, that's super dope of them. And people who like, you know, try to box these guys together, you know, when something matters to them, they show up and they do what they're supposed to do, and you know.
I respect that. Yeah, MC Damon is fire. I believe I was watching him like versus Dev the
First
Demon.
Dev the Demon,
Yeah, because
yeah,
he
on
cause
spot.
yep, because I'm a fan of Dev as well, and you know, it's something. That's why I love watching just battle rap, no matter the tier or whatever. I just find myself in the wormhole because you're trying to watch for somebody, and then the other guy impresses you too. Now you're like, wait, who is this guy? And that's what happened with MC Damon. I just was
Right,
like,
right.
whoa, who was him? Like he was saying really dope shit. So I'm excited to see
Yeah,
him on
those
this card.
yeah, and every round was perfectly constructed and delivered and executed, you know? Like it was when people talk about clash battles, that's something that I was like, whoa, God, this is going to be crazy, you know? So as soon as I saw and heard those rounds, because I do the Patreon thing on bots or whatever, you know, that's our family. We all like the North team kind of sort of thing.
Mm.
But once I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, like MC Damn and Heretic just makes too much sense. You know, like we're bringing everything to the table and everything's always laid out perfectly. Like everybody always has something to say when it comes to the team, you know? So
That's a good one. Yeah. What's his name? After versus King Curtis. Um,
yeah.
King Curtis. Now King Curtis, it's funny because he just looks like Vince Staples to me every time I see him. But he kind of got a Vince Staples look. But he was rap. He can rap. Like I like that he raps. Like he can go and just kind of like an effortless pattern flow. Kind of reminds me of like some early B Magic. Not saying he punches nearly as good, but just that's similarities in how he was rapping. I said I don't know who he's battling, but it was outside and a beautiful. Like I need to come to Washington. Y'all be battling outside, whether
He was like outside in front of a like beach looking area.
yeah, this should be looking beautiful over there. I need
Yeah,
to
that
come
was
chill over
King
there.
Curtis versus King Curtis versus Diverse. So yeah,
Diverse.
that's
That's what. Yeah, he's battling diverse.
yeah, no, that's actually one of like SkyTier's annual events, which is one of my favorites when we do the rookies versus vets.
Hmm.
But that's why we were like, oh my gosh, we got to have King Curtis on here. You know, something kind of work out with, you know, someone we were trying to book before. So I was like, man, we got to hit up after this. You know, this would be fire. Me and, you know, Heretic talked about it and it just worked out. And we were like, oh my God, the response on that one battle is
Mm,
crazy. Like, it's
yeah.
crazy. Everyone's like already calling it Battle of the Night. Like,
Really?
you know, yeah, no, like, yeah, no, I do like these little polls and stuff like that. And people are like, nope, this is going to be Battle of the Night.
I can see that. I
And,
can
you
see
know,
that.
yeah, no, and it's because it's, you know, like something that just kind of came together, and sometimes those are the most, like, what the best things that you could ever see on a card or an event, you know?
Yeah, I got the off rip. I would probably say the main event it might be Battle of the Night, but I definitely got this second. If there was a battle to dethrone that, I would probably pick this one. I like After too. I seen him years ago. I think I seen him against Real Deal somewhere. But
Yeah, no, he absolutely did battle Real Deal,
yeah.
and
See, look, I know
he
my
battled.
shit a little bit. I'm kind
I
of
know
I'm out here.
he battled Dre Vicious too, and then like he came over to Sky Tier and he battled Benji Reckless. You know, Benji Reckless is
Mm,
on our KOTD Northwest
that's a
event
fact.
as well as like Versatile. Like everything kind of just ties itself together. Like I mean, I even like fly out and go to these events just to see people live to be like, hey, you know, I need to know what it's like to be in the building and like, you know, if you're going to put something behind it, you
Mm.
got to make sure that you're, you know, that's absolutely like I am absolutely about footwork and getting out of town. So I'm like, yeah, let's see what's going on right here.
Nice, nice. Like I said, you got more battles. You got Dizzle versus Famous. I think I've seen Dizzle
hmm
once. I'm not familiar. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably where I stopped knowing who some of these guys are. You have to do more informing me on who these guys are. Who Dizzle and Famous. What do you know about these two gentlemen?
Dizzle comes out of Idaho, which is like, you know, him and Heretic connected somehow, and we had this event with Dirtbag Dan.
Hmm.
He was coming to town doing some touring, and we had like hip hop slash battle event, and he came and he battled my girl. Wait, was that? I can't remember exactly how this happened, but like he's literally out of Idaho from Treasure Valley Battle League, I believe, which is one of our sponsors as well for Saturday. So
Hey, y'all
just a
sponsored up,
great
dope.
guy. Yeah, no, like he is so dope. He's got, like the presence, the charisma, the believability, Dizzle is someone that people need to look after and be booking more.
Nice.
But
So
versus Famous, like Famous is, the one guy out of Forum C's IMCs that were like, hey, so let's figure this part out. You guys battle, and because we have another KOTD Northwest event coming up in 2020, obviously. So this is kind of like, okay, so what are we looking for, at the event? With
mhm.
like, oh, let's have a good time and just have fun because it's our birthday event.
Yeah.
We've done this every year for a while. So,
And at the same
but yeah,
time, you want
Dizzle,
these battles to like really show out on cam. So you got some guys with a bit of presence.
absolutely.
So that makes a lot
Well,
of
yeah,
sense.
because there's everybody comes in into our events, like we support each other. Like the league owners show up, like the league owners from Skytier Northwest, and you know, um, Boomer who runs ABL now. Like he's always and he supports every event. He's just there, like to like check things out. So the
Not gonna
goal
lie,
is,
sound like a cracking time. Yo, next, I might have to. Oh man, y'all gonna work my flyer miles. I'm gonna have to make a flight. I'm gonna have to pay a visit over there. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
yeah, next KOTD Northwest event, then come on out. Like I always promise anyone, wherever you're coming out here, like you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna leave wanting to come back. We have the best crowds, the best events. People want to be like, oh, it's biased, it's biased that, but we're kind of that like little section that just kind of like has their own little world, but also kind of stands out with a few of us. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
no.
wouldn't be doing all this and doing all this work if it wasn't, if I felt like it wasn't worth it or working towards what I saw,
Tell me about Big
here.
Pork. Big Pork versus Enzo the Last. Like these names are getting wild as we go down this list. I'm just curious. Like who's this? What's up with
I
that?
know. So Big Park is also an Olympia, like veteran pretty much. I met him one of the first days that I stepped into a Forum C's Biopsies event. So
Mm.
Enzo is also from, I want to say it's either TVBL or it's Eastern Oregon Coalition or something like that from Portland, but it's all Northwest regardless or whatever. So it's just one of those things where we want to make sure that we're bringing the people forward that that need to like work harder or like have a battle so they got more stuff going on with them. But yeah,
Oh,
so this
nice.
will be my first time seeing Enzo too, though, and I've seen for every battle he's had since he started battling. So, it's a 4MC by MCs thing. So anyone on that league, I'll know everything about.
Nice. As we move down, we got White Widow versus is that 3D? That's more
Yeah,
that's I'm
no,
more yeah, that's a more common name there. Okay, so we went back
yeah.
got back no, but White Widow versus 3D. What you tell us the people about the these two?
White Widow is actually somebody that I recently just met as well. Through Skies here in Northwest, he does like filming. He also raps. Like he was filming the last event that Carter Dean's first Hypnosis went down, and then all of a sudden he had someone his camera, and he was up there rapping. I was like, wait, what's going on? And
Multifaceted.
right, no, and and that's the thing. Like I don't like want to throw it off like subjects or whatever, but that's like Heretic. Like he films, does video editing, he raps. We run events.
I support that. I
Like
think that shit is dope. Like, cause
no,
if
and
you
it
don't
is
make it
crazy.
battle
Like
rap, you can find a way to still be a part of the culture. I seen a lot of Zay.
because it's a lot of people think that it's money. Like, oh my God, you're gonna throw an event, you're gonna get money, and it's never that. Like
Right.
never that at all ever.
Yeah, no, I seen a lot of Zay
So
stop rapping for a minute. He was filming bullpen battles. I thought that shit was fly. Like get it how you can get it.
well, being able to transition like that, like it just works out for people. And Heretics, the people out here that they reach out like if he's not rapping, they're like, hey, can you film? Or like before I got into battle rap, I reached out to him and was like, hey, can you host one of my shows? So just one of those people that does everything all around. Like
Nice. So you got, and then the
yeah,
last battle was Mellow Ozzy versus Ra or RA. Is it RA or Ra?
It's raw.
Okay, so I was right the first time. Not bad, not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at you go, my man Pat Stay said. But yeah. So what about these two? Do you know anything about these? You sound like you know a little bit about all of them, which is very important. Some league owners don't know
Well, yeah.
shit.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't book somebody that I didn't know anything about. Like, there comes like I don't ever like talk about anything and not bring up anyone unless I've talked to my partner. I'm like, hey, what do you think about blah blah blah? Rapping on our card,
That's dope.
and then we
Some
talk.
just trust their people and just be like, fuck it, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of lazy, but nah, that's dope.
Oh, no, no. Well, that's another thing too. Is like Heritage is testing me to book a couple of matches and let me just stand behind it and like be responsible for it. But there's those times when you're doing like an undercard and someone that is like trying to get their name out there, and like we don't ever not communicate about it. We talk about like, hey, well, what do you think about like him versus him or this match, and like we discuss everything top to bottom. Like we don't. I don't ever
That's
pull nothing
fire.
over. That's why we're a good team, because I don't ever move forward nothing. Ever move forward nothing without me. So,
All right.
but like
So
these
with
undercards,
Mellow Ozzy and Rob, what can we expect from these two?
Mellow Ozzy actually had a great performance, which I brought his name up because I saw him at a Sky Chair event, the same Sky Chair event that I saw. Hypnosis versus KOTD.
Mm.
Sky Chair is an amazing league. They throw like amazing matches. They're just they're really great at things where you're like, oh my god, there's this going on,
Yeah.
So there was like matches there, and it was tryout battles or whatever, and I had like this big reaction to Mellow Ozzy's bar, and I was like, oh my god. So we're in in the midst of like booking that undercard, and I brought him up, and then we found like it's just when things kind of work, whether it's a clash or something that makes sense, like you gotta go with it. If they're gonna survive in this shit, like
That's a
you
fact.
have to know, like yeah, like you gotta battle what sometimes what don't make sense. Sometimes you're gonna have to battle somebody you think that's not on your level. Sometimes you're gonna battle somebody you think is above your level, or
Yeah, you never know. Every battle is a test in some capacity. It's a test for sure. So, with Rod, what is he about? What can you expect from him?
Um,
How did you find out about
th-
this
this
person?
is this is actually their debut on 4MC IMC. So,
Mm.
like I've seen Raw a couple times on Sky Tier and Northwest, and like he's been wanting to get on 4MC's IMCs, and so we'd already like reached out to Ozzy, so it just kind of worked out. He was like, "Hey, so I'm down. We're gonna do this," and we
It's a
were
pressure.
like
It
at
sounds like a
the
lot of
at the
pressure gonna be at this battle. When this your debut on a new league, yo, I don't know if you.
right. Well, not only that, because like going into this event, in 2020, we're going into the next KOTD Northwest event.
Right.
So what you do here is going to be like, okay, so determine what we're doing with you going forward, if anything.
Yeah, it's a lot riding on
So
this. It's a lot riding on this. So, fellas,
right,
show out if you're listening. I'm sure you are. Your name is being said. I know it'll get to you somehow. I suggest you show out. If you plan on slacking, don't. If you feel like you want to tweak something and you feel like it's not all the way there, get it tight and get it tight now. You don't have that much time, right? It's December 7th, so you know, get that shit done and rehearse right now. You should be somewhere locked in, because these are your portfolios. It's your work. It's your resume to let people know why they should book you again. So, um, I'm sorry, I just
absolutely.
went on. I don't know. I was talking like I was a co-league owner of your own shit.
No,
My bad.
no. And hey, that makes this was so much easier, because that's exactly what I would have said too. Like they know, like we're gonna be having fun, but don't bring like, oh my god, I'm having fun bars. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna come here and choke for 3 rounds.
because I was
No,
about
we're
to
not
get
doing
into that
that.
because I worry about y'all environment so joyful and pleasant. I don't know. These motherfuckers just want to come and play. Like, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I've seen y'all. Like I said, I've been watching the league for a while. Like, I didn't know you were tied to that league, but I didn't know you had involvement with it. But I've been watching. Like, that's why I was able to name off some of those battles. But yeah, it's a cool environment. But I don't mean you can come and play. So I feel you.
at all. And that's the thing about me is, I got people that don't like me because I just speak up and I do what I want and I pull forward. What I'm putting my money and time into matters to me. I'm not gonna put my time and money into someone who's like, oh, if I show up with 1.5 rounds and I just act all whatever because I can freestyle and be however for the the last 1.5. I'm like, no, that don't work. But
Mm,
also the same thing. Like people, when you book someone, it's not about what you think they're going to do. It's what you're seeing before you book them.
that's right.
Like it's the performance before that. It's their past battles. I don't ever like if me and Heretic talk about booking someone, we're like, hey, let's go back and watch a couple battles. Let's go see the footage, like because you're literally paying for what they've done before you book them because you don't know what they're bringing when you do that. So, and people take chances every day.
Yeah,
No
that's
risk,
that's a
no
fact.
reward. No risk, no reward. So, sometimes shit goes sour and goes uphill, downhill. Things turn out well, but there's always that percentage where you're like, shit, man, they showed up and they really effed off.
So
So,
so that's the full card. Y'all ain't got no surprise battles y'all trying to hold and keep you know what I'm saying? You can say here's a safe place here. You got a little surprise battle, huh? Got a little something?
oh, no, no, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, no, no. No, I would be more vocal or more like, hey, figure out what I'm talking about and, like a vague post than I am right now. This is, the end of the year. We're doing something for the kids. It's our birthday month, and we got like some good battles, and we built, our card. We always build your card around your main event. Like, don't ever try to like start in the middle and then go up. You have to like build it from the top to the bottom when it comes to that.
That's a fact.
So
That's a fact.
no,
This
and it is like some people are like, oh, we got a little bit on the side over here. I'm like, no, you have to build from that top to the bottom because that's what's going to bring people in. And I stood tight, and I was real patient with Jaden Atman because he took off right before we were supposed to have, the last event, and we're like, oh nope, you can't stop somebody's process. You have to trust the process when it comes down to events, someone's career. Like he absolutely deserves everything that going forward he got.
yeah, that's a fact.
Even though
And
even though people try to kind of slander him a little bit for doing shit that someone's been doing for 2+ years, you have to.
mm,
This time, I fought for this battle. I was like, nope, I've been waiting this long. Like, we got to do this because, like,
yeah.
Empty Money is, Empty Money, he deserves this battle. He's been, like, prepared for this battle.
Yeah,
And
and,
he is,
and you got
like,
to think after coming off a performance against Ace like that, you got to assume he's going to
mm-hmm.
want to redeem himself. So why not capitalize on that? That the
And
best
on
J
on
night
your
when you
home
might get.
field,
What's that?
on your home field.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. You might capitalize off that and get the best J to Nightwing. So I, I'm
Right.
I'm with it. Last question I got. So who would you? It's 2020 coming up, New Year. Y'all got new ideas, new plans. I'm sure to grow the brand, to get more names in. My question to you would be, men or women, who would you like to see? Speak it into existence, so to speak. Who would you want to grace your platform, your league in 2020?
Man, after town business, I'm like, I just want to see RX on, in the
Mm,
Northwest somewhere. Like RX is fire. People like say she's new to this, and that, but you can tell that she's seasoned. Like she is someone that has been in this shit for a minute. Like her wordplay, her bars, and all that kind of stuff are beyond anything that I'm like, wait, hold on, let me run it back. Like this girl is really out here doing this.
yeah, she be
And I
punching.
met and her punches, they land like
Yeah,
it's
facts.
crazy. It's so crazy to me. You can just tell, like one of my favorite battlers is Dre Vicious as well, and they're like
Mm,
real cool. And then I'm like, man, this girl been around for a minute. Daylight's one of my favorites.
okay.
Like I'm like it just makes sense. And she was like telling me that she has been in this shit since, you know, uh, oh God, since she was like 15 years old or something like that. And you can just tell she's from the soil. Like you can
RX, if
tell
you
that.
listening, She was
Yeah. Oh,
holla.
she knows. That's my girl.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my girl. She
yeah.
knows.
No, I had her on the
She
show
knows.
just a few episodes ago. We had a really good talk. So
Right after Town Business, I know. I tuned in. I was like, oh, girl.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
She a homie.
it's,
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure.
yeah,
I sure.
it's super
I think that's one
fire.
I'm gonna see next year on your league for sure. So that I'm gonna count
So,
that
like,
one
I actually
already.
won. Yeah, and I've always been a Myverse fan, and I'm telling you right now, like I was sold on the title, the trilogy or whatever they were calling it. But as soon as they announced Myverse versus Lucy, I was like, I don't care if I gotta sell, what the fuck, I'm going.
Yeah, and that was a dope
I'm
ass
gonna go
event.
do
Shout out to
it.
King of the Dot for Town Business too. That,
Yeah, no, you're right.
yeah,
So
that event was
that's
fire.
absolutely how it goes. Yeah. So RX, I'm trying to get XQZ out here. Um, who else? I'm like, well, I had a whole name,
Yeah,
like
I
a
like
whole
Drix
list.
or
I'm
Keith. I
like,
would like to see one of those guys on your league too.
I'm actually pretty cool. I'm pretty cool with like Drix. I don't really know Keith that much or whatever,
Yeah,
but I stay in tune with all of battle rap.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, girl,
Drix, Keith, Plex. Plex is nice.
mm,
I would like to
Flex
see
is
Dev over.
fire.
Has
Flex
Dev
is,
have Dev been on your league before?
he's been out here, but he has not been on my league.
Yeah,
So,
I would like to
and I
see
know
Dev.
Dev, like, like I said, leading up to the Damn battle, I was like, oh shit, here goes, I was supposed to go out there with, or go out there to support him on the bot battle league or whatever, but some
Nice.
personal family stuff came on and I didn't make it. But yeah, no, I've been cool with Dev. Dev is actually pretty fire. It's crazy,
He's
you know.
pretty. Yeah, his last battle he was going crazy. Yeah, no, you. I like the names. I like the names. Yo, I want to thank you for your time again for people who are tuning in. Shout out to my man His Rizzo. I wasn't even in the chat with She cute on the pic. Oh yeah, that's you. All right, relax. Relax. Shout out to Shannon Danielle, Bad Rap Opinions, my man Jay Legend. What up, though? I see somebody for MCs by MCs. The actual channel is in here. Salute. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talking about y'all. What up,
Forms,
though?
BRB,
Yeah. What's that shit?
Northwest,
If you ain't got a
here.
clean mouth, dirt mouth, bitch, or whatever that shit is, I'll be listening to. I'll be like, that shit.
Yeah, no, that's Dirt Mouth Clothing. Shout out Matt Prince, Dirt Mouth Clothing.
Yeah, that should be funny. I don't know why I laugh every time I hear that. But yeah, yeah. Oh
I
shit.
know. And I shared that clip of Jay. He was like, "It was going to clean out this dirt mouth," and it was just like so serious. I'm like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, no, I fuck with it. Shout out to
Yeah.
Shannon Danielle. Yeah, and hits Rizzo saying she cute, and you fucked up as a typo. I see you. All right, but yeah, nah, yeah. Again, it's a wrap. It's going down this Saturday, December 7th. Please be there. Doors open. I see it say at 5 p.m. $15 cover or $10 cover with the toy donation. Bring a fucking toy. All right, bring a toy. All right, it's for the kids. Look out for the kids. Olympia, Washington. So like, yes, it should look like a dope event. Like if I was on the West Coast, I would definitely attend something like this. So if you're in the area and you want to do something, go see this event. All right. Again, I want to thank you, Kelz, for joining me. I know you got a lot to do. Like it's like you're only a day and a half away, really. So I know you got to get a
Um,
lot of shit in order. But I appreciate you sharing a little piece of your time with me.
no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. And listen,
Okay.
guys, thank you for tuning in. This has been another one. Hopefully, we can have her on again and other people from that league again in the future. I want to thank the sponsors again at 420 Brand Clothing, 420brandclothing.com. And I'll hit you with another one next time around. You have to wait and see who my next guest is. Y'all never guess. But as always, keep it battle rap. Love.